Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Pleasant Valley School District Board of Education meeting to order. If you could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then if you could please stay standing for a moment of silence after the pledge. Mrs. Garr back there, would you please lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. All right. Usually I have it pulled out. Again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the meeting. If I could have roll call, please.
Here. 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 Here.
Present.
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 Here.
Here.
Thank you. I'd like to let everyone know that we did have an executive session. It was held today, May the 22nd, 2025, immediately prior to the regularly scheduled meeting for purposes of personnel matters, including but not limited to performance and or discipline, negotiations, and legal issues. And also would like to let you know we will be going back into executive session after the meeting. May Students of the Month. Mr. Pomposello, will you start us off, please?
Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. To remind everybody, it all starts at PVE in kindergarten. And I have 3 awesome kids to talk about tonight. My teachers are here, the families are here, but before I start, like I always like to say, education here at Pleasant Valley, especially PVE, 50% home, 50% school. Okay, so thank you, parents. If you're here with your child, you're doing an awesome job at home. We would not be here without you, no matter what they tell you. So let's start. I have Mrs. Krebs. Can you come on up? And let's talk about Jaden Alvarado, our kindergarten student of the month, and the whole family. Come on up here. The whole family. Right in front of Mr. Guzicki
Good evening. I am pleased to announce Shaden Alvarado as the kindergarten student of the month. Shaden was new to my classroom in November, and from his very first day, I knew that he would be amazing. What I didn't know was that his presence would actually enrich our classroom community. He is friendly, respectful, cooperative, and comes in every day with a smile on his face. He is hardworking and completes all of his assigned tasks quickly and quietly. He is a leader and not a follower. He demonstrates trustworthiness, dependability, and focuses on resolving problems constructively rather than resorting to reporting minor issues, which we call tattling in kindergarten. I think that my favorite part about Shaden is his sense of humor. Usually during our snack time, he has a joke to share with me. In fact, here's the one that he shared with me today. What is a cow's favorite thing to do? To watch the moon. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he comes up with the jokes all by himself. Shaden also has a wonderful, loving, caring family who has been extremely supportive. He recently got promoted from youngest child to big brother as his family welcomed a beautiful baby boy in February. Shaden has navigated all of these big changes so well. I am so thankful that I was blessed with the opportunity to have him in my classroom, and I am so extremely proud of Shaden and all of his success this school year.
All right, next we're going to go to first grade, and I have Mrs. Anderton here, if you come on over. And can I have the whole family, Steven Batsa, come on up here in front of Mr. Davisio.
Good evening. I'm excited to be here tonight to honor my student Ian as the first grade Student of the Month for Pleasant Valley Elementary School. Ian is a positive role model for his classmates. He follows school and classroom rules, participates, and will ask questions when he's unsure. Ian displays a love for learning and a curiosity to learn even more. He has a drive to make things just so and doesn't stop until it looks his best. Ian is very creative. He tells and writes amazing stories. He is also a fantastic illustrator. What I love most about Ian is that he is genuine. He has a heart of gold. He loves his family, whom he speaks about often, his friends, whom he would help out right away, and his teachers when needed. He is well-mannered, caring, works hard throughout the day, even when it gets tough. He looks out for others, especially if someone is having a difficult time finding a page number or volunteering to get a friend's work together if they are not there. Ian, you had an amazing first year of first grade. I look forward to watching you grow through the years. Please always know that you are amazing and you can do anything you put your mind to. I am so fortunate to have had you in my class this year, and I also want to thank your family for being so supportive.
All right, for my last student of the month, we're representing second grade. Can I have Ms. Hawes come on up? And Amelia Rivera and the whole family. Come on.
It is nearly impossible to choose just one student of the month. Every student is unique and demonstrates their own amazing strengths and determination to improve. I am proud of each and every member of our classroom community. The idea of being a role model stood out for me this month. I see Amelia Rivera demonstrates the 5 qualities of a role model. Moral. A good role model has high moral values. Amelia makes winning choices. She's engaged and attentive in lessons, follows directions quickly, and treats her classmates with respect and kindness. Confidence. Amelia exhibits confidence in herself when learning something new and possesses grit with challenges. I haven't had the pleasure of watching her play field hockey, but I imagine she's the same way on the field when she's playing. Hardworking. Role models demonstrate their commitment to a desired goal and are willing to invest the necessary time and effort to achieve success. This is how Amelia tackles tasks at school. Respectful. Not only is Amelia respectful to the adults in the building, but also to her classmates. She tutors kindergartners daily and takes great pride in this responsibility. Optimistic. Amelia is positive and enthusiastic about learning. As you can see, Amelia fully embodies the characteristics of a role model. She truly earned the honor of being PVE's second grade student of the month. Congratulations, Amelia, and the entire Rivera family. You're doing an amazing job showing us what it truly means to be role models in our community.
I'd like to announce the support staff member of the month at PVE is Chantel Gatan. I call her the comeback player of the year. She just had an amazing year this year. And our professional staff member of the month is second grade teacher Amber Brown, who has just been doing a great job the past month. Some highlights of PVE, field days, the phys ed department, PTO, everybody working together. The rain has not been really helping us with field days, but first grade and second grade, we got in. Kindergarten's been delayed a few times. We will get them in before the year's over. It will happen. Also, second grade move-up day was awesome. Miss Albright and her staff did a great job greeting my second graders. I will miss them. They are awesome. The LELO Reflex Awards, those are our academic awards at PVE for math and reading. We've been celebrating a lot of academic achievements at PVE this month. That's been awesome. And we just had our spring extravaganza, which we had hot dogs, popcorn, snow cones, some math, some reading, some mini golf. Just a great time with all the kids. And this time of year, it's sad to see them go, but everybody deserves a break. It's a busy time of year, but thank you once again for all the families for their support, and Miss Albright and PBI.
Good evening, everybody. For this month's Students of the Month, I just want to say, while this may be the last crew of Students of the Month, for this school year, it's definitely not the least. I think every single teacher that I went to go talk to today, or not today, when we picked out the Students of the Month for the grade levels, every single one of them knew I'd be coming to them because these kids are superstars. So nobody was surprised by who was selected this month. So we are going to kick it off. We have Mrs. McElmoyle here today to present our third grade Student of the Month, Miss Natalie Bird.
Good evening. I'm excited to be here tonight to share how proud I am of Natalie and the wonderful progress she has made this school year in third grade. Throughout the year, Natalie has shown tremendous growth both academically and personally. Natalie is a very bright and capable student who began the year a little shy and quiet, but has really come out of her shell and grown into a confident and more outgoing young lady. Beyond academics, Natalie has also grown as a thoughtful and kind classmate. She participates in group discussions, shows a willingness to help peers, and brings a positive attitude to our classroom community. Natalie can always be counted on to be a role model to her peers. She is responsible, respectful, and a hard worker who always gives her best effort no matter what the task is, big or small. She is a genuine joy to have in class, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to be her teacher. And as a final example of the reason Natalie deserves to be recognized tonight as Student of the Month, I would like to share with you one of the most thoughtful and unique gifts I've been given as a teacher. It is a book, If You Give Your Teacher a Cookie, with kind and generous goodies included on each page of the book, as well as personal and heartfelt messages included at the conclusion of the book. Natalie is such a special student who undoubtedly will be very successful with whatever she does in the future. Congratulations, Natalie. Keep up the good work.
Moving on to fourth grade, we have Mrs. C. Slack here, who is going to present the award to Kensington Kenzie Grable.
Good evening. Tonight I am here to tell you about an amazing girl that I have gotten to know over the past 9 months, Kensington Grable. Kenzie was chosen as our fourth grade PBI Student of the Month for many reasons. Kenzie comes into school each morning with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She brightens the day of myself and her classmates, and she is always willing to help a friend at their locker or assist them in gathering their belongings for the day. Some mornings, Kenzie brings a very large instrument to school. And although it can be very difficult to carry and manage all of her belongings at the same time, she perseveres and does not get frustrated. By the way, Kenzie and I call this very large trombone our golf clubs. Throughout the day, Kenzie works hard, asks questions when she doesn't understand something, shows grit, and has a positive attitude. She is a student who her teachers can always count on to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Kenzie is also very talented in her critical thinking and creations. Outside of school, Kenzie makes items to sell at craft fairs, and she is always thinking of ways to be a junior entrepreneur. One of my favorite moments this year was when we were making winter hat ornaments with yarn to celebrate the winter solstice in science class. Kenzie was so proud of her ornament and had a plan to make more of the ornaments for her family before the project was even finished. She also realized that they were a great idea to add to her business venture. Kenzie is always thinking of others and ways to push herself to be better. Kenzie, this year I have been lucky to be a small part of your journey through 4th grade. It has been an honor to watch you grow from a quiet and nervous student on the first day of 4th grade into a confident young lady who is ready to soar in 5th grade. I could not be more proud of all of your accomplishments this year, and I know you will do amazing things in 5th grade and beyond. Congratulations.
All right, and moving on to 5th grade. Unfortunately, Mrs. Douglas couldn't be here today due to the very hectic May schedule for everybody and their families right now. But she left me with some words to share for our 5th grade student of the month. So June, could you please come up here? We are recognizing June Correcchia, our 5th grade student of the month. All right, this was written in first person by Mrs. Douglas, so imagine Mrs. Douglas. I'm very proud to recognize June Correcchia as our 5th grade student of the month. She has shown time and time again what it means to be a true leader. She leads with kindness, respect, and confidence. Whether she's helping a classmate understand something new, volunteering to take on extra responsibilities, or simply showing kindness with a smile, her actions inspire those around her. June, I'm so proud of the example you set, the effort you put in, and the heart you bring to our school each day. Congratulations on being our student of the month. We can definitely all echo this. We also are recognizing staff members of the month for May. Our professional staff member being recognized is Jen Ansbach, and our support staff member of the month is Robin Wilkie. As for building highlights, May is a very busy month. There's a ton happening at PBI right now between field days, rewards, and end of the year celebrations. But in particular, the last few days have been truly momentous as we welcomed our 2nd grade class on Friday with building tours during the day. And then their families joined us for our very first, on Monday, our very first 2nd grade transition. We were going to meet with families to talk about the transition to PBI. And then once we got done welcoming all of our newest PBI students, we got to say farewell to our 5th graders today during our 5th grade move-up ceremony. It was an absolutely fabulous event, very well attended, and we're so thankful for the support of our families. All of these welcoming and saying goodbye events take a whole lot to prepare. They're a huge undertaking, and we are just so grateful for the amount of staff who helped with welcoming our 2nd graders and then sending farewell to our 5th graders. It truly takes a village, and everybody came together to put on some really awesome events for these students. So we're very grateful for that. And now on to the middle school.
Good evening, everyone, school board directors, community members. Student of the month is one of the best nights that we get to celebrate because we get to see our mission statement in action. Excellence in education, a community commitment, and we wouldn't be here without all of you, our community, our staff, families. So thank you to everyone who's here tonight to recognize the success of our students. I'd like to start with our 6th grade student of the month, and that is Mr. Josiah Lara. So if you would come up with your family. Mr. Lara, and why he is our student of the month is Mr. Logan Dickman.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to speak about Josiah Lara, who's been selected as the 6th grade student of the month. He was chosen for student of the month because he contributes enthusiastically in class and helps create a positive and welcoming environment for others. Josiah is an incredibly hardworking student who always gives his best in the classroom. He's kind, respectful, and gets along with his peers. Outside of academics, he's also active in extracurriculars, including being part of our school play, Andy Junior. He's a well-rounded student who truly represents the best of our community. Congratulations, Josiah.
Congratulations, Josiah, and thank you, Mr. Dickman. For 7th grade, our 7th grade student of the month is Miss Alana Stancook, and I'd like to invite the entire family to come up and recognize Miss Stancook is one of our math teachers, Miss Banks.
Good evening, I'm Melanie Vegas. I'm Alana's math teacher in 7th grade. As the school year draws to a close, the honor of Student of the Month for 7th grade is bestowed upon a truly exceptional young lady, Alana Stancook. Her selection, coming in the final month, is a testament of her consistent, positive perseverance and growth throughout the school year. Alana embodies kindness and responsibility, readily contributing to a positive school environment with her creative spirit and strong desire to learn. While she may occasionally have a moment of forgetfulness, a common trait of youth, where's my pencil, where's my ink? We got you, it's okay. Her overall impact on the school community is significant and deeply felt by both her peers and adults around her. Alana's journey has been marked by profound personal loss. Despite this immense hardship, Alana has demonstrated remarkable strength and resilience, stepping up to face new challenges with grace and courage. Alana is a clear reflection of the incredible person her parents have helped her to become. Alana's ability to navigate such a difficult time while maintaining her positive contributions in and out of school speaks volumes of her character. Personally, Alana holds a special place in my heart. Having received a handwritten thank you note at Christmas time, where she expressed gratitude for believing in her and helping her build confidence, was deeply touching. Her words, "I will always remember you," resonate profoundly, and I want to express that the sentiment is entirely mutual. Alana is truly a special student, and witnessing her growth and strength, particularly in the face of adversity, has been an honor. Her kindness, resilience, and the beautiful spirit she carries makes her our most deserving recipient of this recognition. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
All right, continuing to 8th grade, I present Autumn Schwartz, our 8th grade student of the month. And I'll speak on behalf of Autumn's teachers. Autumn is a student who shines bright. She consistently demonstrates outstanding effort in the classroom and has a genuine curiosity for learning. Her teachers praise her dedication to her studies, her positive attitude, and commitment to doing your best. We are incredibly proud of you, and we celebrate your achievement and the wonderful example you set for all of us. Keep up the good work and congratulations. Congratulations again to Autumn, Alana, and Josiah. I'd also like to recognize our professional staff employee of the month, Miss Lori Snyder, and our support staff member of the month, Mrs. Rachel Brown. May is a very busy month for all of us, so I'll echo the sentiments of my colleagues. We had so much going on this month, from Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week. Thank you to all of our teachers district-wide for all that you do for our kids. We're also celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month, wearing green every Thursday. I would wear green today, but it's Student of the Month for PD, so I had to go with the little. Mr. And tomorrow is our 8th grade move-up ceremony, where we get to pass off the next class to Mr. Brian Boylan. So we're looking forward to seeing Mr. Boylan and Dr. Conrad at our ceremony tomorrow, and of course, an open invitation to anybody who is able to attend. It'll be a great day. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Boylan. We forgot to mention that we also celebrated Principal's Day, May 1st. And that was on Thursday, May 1st, we celebrated Mr. McCutcheon, who is our awesome middle school principal during National Principal's Day. Staff and students extended their deepest gratitude to Mr. McCutcheon by submitting posters with encouraging messages on them. Whether he's walking the halls, greeting students with a smile, or working behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly, he's earned the trust and admiration of this entire building. He not only leads by title, but by example, and his dedication to our school community has left a powerful impact. Not only am I fortunate, but we are all fortunate to have him in the building. Thank you, Mr. McCutcheon.
Good evening, everybody. I want to piggyback off the other principals. Thank you for everybody showing up tonight. It does mean a lot for our students, and this is what makes PB so great. So it is my honor tonight to introduce the high school students of the month. For 9th grade, we have Eli Tomash, and we have Ms. Gar here representing her to speak on his behalf.
So Eli is one of my 9th graders in my honors biology class, although sometimes I think Eli forgets that he's not in my AP biology class. And that is definitely where he's going to be in the future here. He is extremely dedicated and driven in the classroom. His questions are often, they're always related, but they're like super deep. I know there's been many times this year where I've said to him, take chemistry and then we'll have a conversation later. What he wants to know is, it's excellent, but we have to take a 2-month diversion to get back to what we're doing. Which, this is a trait that is like, I love that, it's awesome. Of all of my 9th graders, I mean, I have awesome kids this year, but Eli asked some of the strongest and most insightful questions of the whole entire set, especially questions of curiosity. He wants to know things. When we talk about stuff, some of the stuff that he comes up with on his own through his own studying and working comes back into me, and it's like, we'll start with, it's like, this isn't really related, but, and then I know what's coming next. And he's always thinking about stuff. He's very motivated to do well. He has an attention to detail for everything that he's doing. He is always, everything he does has translated into strong grades. He's got a good presence in class. He's got a very strong work ethic and good relationship with other kids in his class that he's able to work with and be a leader in a lab setting. He has straight A's, nearly perfect attendance this year. He's been an absolute pleasure to work with, and we're very happy to have him here in class, and I hope he continues to take more science classes as we progress here. Thank you.
Our 10th grade student of the month is Trinity Tanzello, and Ms. Simpson is here to speak on her behalf.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ms. Simpson. I'm a building substitute at the high school. And even though I've only been a building substitute at the high school for about a year and a half, Trinity is by far one of the most bright, kind of students I've had the pleasure of getting to know. She is one of the kindest, most hardworking students I've ever had the pleasure of having in the classes that I cover. She puts her all into everything that she does, from volunteering to being involved in numerous clubs. She is now vice president of the club. To being on top of her classwork. Trinity has straight A's, and her teachers have nothing but wonderful things to say about her. From volunteering in class to being helpful, to being a helpful hand when needed. I would nominate you every single month if I could.
Our 11th grade student of the month is Eva Frohimchik, and to speak on her behalf is Officer Mahady.
So the price you pay for hiring a talker is this. It's not that bad though. But I'm gonna share a quick story because of things I heard tonight. I added this in. It's my own story and it's true, I promise. We also hired emotional speaker, so let's pray a little bit for me. I'm gonna share a little story that it reminded me today of this recognition story, a recognition ceremony. I once had a student who was a matter of feet away from me, and he used a term, a word that we don't use in school. We've all probably used it, not all of us, hopefully, but we've used it. And then I heard it again, and I looked at the student and I said, his name, Bill. I said, we don't know. And he turned around and looked at me and he said, Mister, I slipped. He kind of looked down. He said, well, I want to tell you something. I'm with you more than I'm with my parents. Let that sink in. The parents do so much, but all these people here, including the people up front, you have a great deal to do with the impact in their lives. And when he said that to me, I'll never forget. That was 6 years ago. I'll never forget that he told me that. I had to step back and go, all right, we'll let that one slip. So I was worried. This young lady stressed me out a little bit because she's one of the last ones to walk in the door. And I've been looking forward to talking about her. And I even told my family, I said, I don't have to write anything down. She's that awesome. It's just going to roll off. Lie. I lied to myself through and through. Now, she is awesome. That's not the part that's bad. So I have notes, just so I don't go off track and lose the thoughts I want to put out in the sentiment. So, good evening. First of all, Eva, I kid with you at times as we pass through the halls. I mean, I'm a police officer, and I'll come back to that. That's really what I am here. But I enjoy your talks and your hopes and dreams for the future. But what I want you to do tonight, like everybody should do this. Sit back and take this in. Take it in, because it might not happen again. It better happen again, but it might not. Because what you are about to hear about yourself isn't going to be said about many people. It's going to be said about people like you and the other people I recognize today. It's your night, and I hope you remember it always. And at the end of this, I'll tell you why. As I've said before to friends outside of here, each day, this building in this district is like a little city. People move through the halls. If you watch it, you'll be amazed. They don't hit each other. They touch, they move. They go to shifts of cafeteria, light duty, lunches. They manage. 99% of them do a great job at it. But there's one student that stands out over and over again. And it's Eva. Eva Frohimchik. Did I say that right? Frohimchik. Frohimchik. Thank you. Now I feel like I accomplished a lot just there. So obviously I'm here to speak about our student of the month. But to our board members and teachers and administrators, I want to say that, like I mentioned before, you'll never fully realize what profound impact you have on these students. But likewise, what they have on us. And I heard a couple emotional teachers, so I know it's true. I know I'm not alone here, but I'm not the only emotional speaker. In Eva's case, allow me to introduce her. Let me also warn you about the impact she's destined to have on the world. I promise you'll understand soon enough. Again, I'm just a police officer here, but I see Eva almost every day, and sometimes several times a day. She visits, she stops at the JCM office, she talks to administrators, she talks to teachers. It's like having an extra adult in the building. And she's in 11th grade. She knows what she's doing. I'm gonna prove it to you in a couple seconds. Sometimes she even stops by to sell me chocolate bars from the FBLA. She knows I don't need them. She knows, I don't have to tell her, but I buy them. I buy another 3 for $5, 2 for $5. I don't even know if I'm getting a good deal. But my family thanks you. So no matter the reason, every interaction with Eva is a reminder of the kind person she is, kind of person she is. She's kind, thoughtful, and mature beyond her years. She's a pleasure to talk to, and she leaves people in a better place than she found them. Here's the resume. This is what Eva does at Pleasant Valley. It's a lot. I should know these things, but I'm also, remember I told you I'm a police officer here, so I don't teach Eva. I have to go do some research because I noticed her, I see her, I watch her, I talk to her, then I gotta make sure she's not fooling me. She's a member of the FBLA. She's in the National Honor Society. She plays chess in the Plus Chess Club. Please help me with this word. Alvido. I was not in it. I'm not sure why you're laughing at that one. She carries 4 AP classes. And juggling all that, I'm not even at the kicker. She has a 99.68 GPA. I'm gonna give it a 99.7. My parents would give it 100. She's that girl, she's that young lady. And it doesn't stop when the school day ends. Here it is. When it's time to unwind, to be a teenager, Eva goes back to her community as a junior firefighter here in West End. Like I get my hair standing up. Like she leaves here, she still does more. And I didn't even have to ask for proof. One of our secretaries went and saw you at the open house this weekend. And I think she was surprised in a good way. But I don't know any firefighters like you. Recently, I asked Eva what she wants to do after graduation. She told me she hopes to join our armed forces and pursue a career in engineering or firefighting. Once again, she continues to impress. I'm almost done. So I'd like to close with this. In life, we often celebrate grades. This is what I want to listen to. I promise it's true. We celebrate grades, we celebrate touchdowns, we celebrate kids who score 1,000 points in basketball. We celebrate when people get doctorates, they get masters. And years from now, we might forget about those things. All those things might get forgotten about. But what we won't forget is how you treat people. You're doing it right. When I was in the Army, they told me, this is for you. And this gentleman back here, when I was in the Army, I think they were saying it mean at the time, but I took it the right way. They said, you're a direct reflection of your parents. And that means you're doing a great job. This is a girl who would make any parent proud any day. So congratulations. I told her she better dress up. I was kidding around.
Our 12th grade student of the month is looking forward to next Friday. And he is one of my favorites. Please welcome Jose Propes, and I have Ms. Brinker here to speak on his behalf.
Gazing. Jose, he's one of a kind. This is a young man who, as a young child, learned he had a heart condition, and he would never be able to engage in overly strenuous activities like competitive sports. For many years, that news had a strong impact on Jose's academic commitments and his general behavior. When I first met Jose, it was his sophomore year, and one of the first things he told me was how he was expelled the previous year. But he promised that he learned his lesson and was ready to change. Sophomore year was when I met him, and it was a struggle for him, not behavior-wise, after he learned to bring his backpack, not to bring his backpack to class. He got better academically. Well, he got better behaviorally, but academically, he struggled. Due to his health, Jose already was facing some roadblocks, doctor's appointments, hospital stays. So he often fell behind on his schoolwork, and he struggled to pass English 10, but he did it. This all doesn't sound so student of the month. Anyway, well, it was during that year that Jose shared something special with me, his love of poetry. Jose is a poet. His poetry that year showed a possibility for greatness, even though it was amateur, and even he will tell you that, he's told me that. But he was writing, and you don't see that so much in kids these days. He often asked me to read his work before and after class. He listened to my suggestions, he made changes, and then he would show me some more. He also became a voracious reader. He often asked me for book recommendations, for favorite authors, and for my general opinion on literature, which is really a bad question to ask an English teacher. This young man who was told he would never be a normal person, found his solace, his comfort, and his calling in literature, especially in his poetry. Fast forward to senior year. Jose raised his grades up so much his junior year that he gained acceptance into my AP literature class, the toughest course in the English department. Every morning, he passes me in the hall and he says, "Good morning." Every time he walks into my class, he says hello and asks me about my day. But that's not what's so great about Jose. Since his sophomore year, Jose has kept writing. He has continued sharing his work with me, and even at my encouragement, submitted to poetry contests. He has made the semifinal round in at least one, and we're still waiting on news on that one. Just 2 weeks ago, he shared a poem with me, and we discussed it. I read it, he made some suggestions, he made those changes. Every teacher has students they will always remember. Some for not so good reasons, but others for their individuality, their remarkable nature, their drive, their uniqueness. Jose is one of those for me. The way he turned his life around, the way he has adapted, the beautiful love of literature that we share. For Christmas, Jose gave me a hard copy of the Arabian Nights. Nice. And right now, in front of all of you, Jose, I want you to hand that to one of your family members. And I want you to come here and autograph this for me. Because one day, this young man is going to be in a poetry anthology. And I'm going to be able to say, I was the first one who got his autograph. I need this.
Great. Handling hasn't gone better.
Oh, no.
Our support staff in the month at the high school was our custodian, Mr. Dustin Wilds. He's absolutely amazing. And our staff member of the month is our school nurse, Ms. Rachel Borger. She's fantastic. High school highlights, we recently celebrated our 2025 Decision Day last week, during which 13 scholarships were awarded. We had representatives from NCC, ESU, we had the National Guard there. We had a total of 62 students that put pen to paper. It was a pretty cool event to see that we held in the new gymnasium. It was Tuesday night now. We had our second annual AAA Awards where we celebrated the senior achievements. It was again a new gymnasium due to the capital improvement project, and it was a great turnout. And some other big news here, we have Ms. Gar in the back, we have our Envirothon. They win the states in Winsburg, PA, and we placed 9 out of 65, and the top 10 gets awards. So again, this is a great big deal. And the last thing the high school is we're ready to rock and roll for this upcoming Friday, where I know Jose is ready for it, is we have our commencement. So again, we're looking forward to that 7 p.m. at the high school stadium. So I want to pass it off now to the Bears Academy.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to follow up all the other principals and just say thank you everyone for coming out. I'm going to throw one more shout out there, community members, parents, Board of Education. I also have to do a shout out to our faculty and our staff members. Every single month they come out, and this is voluntary for them. If the teachers are here to celebrate your children, it's because they chose to come here and celebrate your child and not getting paid. So it's completely voluntary, and a police officer willing to do it, and a school counselor who's willing to do it. I think it's so impactful and says so much about our teachers and that community as well, to be willing to come out and donate their time to make sure that everyone feels celebrated. So big shout out to our staff and faculty as well. At this time, I'd like to bring up Naya Marrero and her family, and have Miss Livengood, Bears Academy counselor, come up and say a few words.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Ms. L. I'm the school counselor of PVBA. And it's my honor to be here and speak on behalf of our PVBA Student of the Month, Naya Marrero. We've actually never met in person, so very nice to meet you tonight. At the start of the school year, Naya faced what many would consider to be an insurmountable task. With only 14.25 credits as a senior, she would need to make up or take nearly 11 credits in order to graduate with her class. When Naya first started, I gave her the standard 7-credit course load. I wanted to give her time to adjust and build momentum without becoming overwhelmed. Realistically, the options were difficult: take on a heavy academic course load or prepare for an additional year of school. But Naya impressed me. Within the first quarter, it became very clear that this student was not going to be defined by past setbacks. Naya showed a level of grit, determination, and maturity that was nothing short of inspiring. I remember that email that I sent after reviewing her marking period 1 progress. I told her that I was going to increase her course load significantly because I believed she could handle it. This meant taking on a daunting schedule of 3 different math classes all at once.
Ooh.
Plus remediation courses on top of balancing everything else. I gave you 14 classes total. To put it in perspective, it meant long days, late nights, and no shortcuts. And she did it. What sets Naya apart is not her work ethic or intelligence, it is her resolve. She didn't just accept the challenge, she rose to it, owned it. She turned a deficit into a goal and doubt into momentum. And now, Naya, you've done it. You've officially earned every required credit, completed all of your graduation requirements ahead of schedule, and you're ready to walk across that stage. What you've accomplished is remarkable. Your story is one of resilience, grit, and hope. It proves that no matter how far behind you start, no matter how heavy the burden, you can catch up and you can finish strong. You've shown that setbacks don't define you. Rather, how you respond to them does. Your journey is a lesson in perseverance that others can look to for inspiration. And Naya, I'm incredibly proud of you. As your counselor, it's been an honor to witness your growth and transformation. You have not only earned your diploma, you've earned every bit of respect and admiration that comes with it. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see you on the stage.
So as we kind of close out the Student of the Month, I do want to give one last shout out. We don't officially give staff and faculty awards for Bears Academy because we're such a small team. They'd be up at the stage every single time. But I do want to make sure I give a shout out to Miss L. She is a first-year counselor. She came straight out of college and joined our team. She has done amazing work.
just in creating these transcripts and helping students and helping them find ways to graduate on time, even when it looks like it's not possible. Not the only story, there's other people who have done this as well. However, yours is remarkable. It wouldn't be possible without Miss L, and it wouldn't be possible without communication, her forming these plans. The last thing I will say about this is this year we actually accomplished something that I made it our goal. And I'm not supposed to talk evaluation here, but I will briefly. At the beginning of the year, I said, yeah, every single student, every single one in Bears Academy is going to graduate this year, and they have to have their graduation pathways, they have to have their career artifacts, and they have to have their civics exam. And every single Bears Academy student who is graduating this year has all three of those things. So I'm super impressed with Ms. L. Thank you so much for all that you do. So at this time, students of the month, we can meet out here and get your pictures taken, and we'll give the board of directors their meeting back. Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations to the parents too. Thank you for coming.
Hi. For you. I was already accepted into like the FBLA. Oh my gosh, my chair.
Well, Jim texted me that picture and I was like, oh.
Yeah, so I knew, yeah, it was great.
I remember being there last year and it was cold too.
Was
Like,
it?
I was at Lehigh last year and it was just cold. The kids were so excited. They said it moved through like right. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. And then Jim comes in, he's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, all right, guys, I'm sorry, you can't do that. But they were very good. It was a good celebration last year. And then I liked them putting up number two. this
I
year.
did
was
too.
cute.
I like
Yeah,
that
it was
picture.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, last year was I believe against Easton. I think that's who they,
Yes,
they
I
played,
think so.
right? Yeah. That was
They put that up.
that was a good game. I mean, I could understand that.
Yeah, they announced it.
Yeah.
Look alike. Thanks, Louis. All right, we're going to continue on in our agenda. Dr. Conrad, do we have any community questions this evening?
Good evening, everyone. There are no community questions tonight.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Smale, Secretary's report, please.
Good evening. Tonight I request approval of the minutes of the meeting held on May 8th, 2025, and approval of the May 22nd, 2025 board meeting agenda, including a correction to item 9L, items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The per hour rate should be 29, not 30. And also the removal of item 8E2, June 2nd.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Walters, seconded by Mr. Berger. Is there any discussion?
I'll need to abstain, not being at the last meeting.
And I ditto that. I was not here either. So otherwise, all those in favor, please say. Oh,
But I don't have to abstain, but I was here.
okay.
So we made a vote on security. This was discussed twice during the voting session, first during the community question, where we humorously joked about the passes we carried around with students, wooden blocks or clipboards. Then the second time was at the 1 hour and 18 minute mark. When we were voting on them, and I asked a confirmation of that we are not ancillary using items such as passes, and it was clarified the expectation is they were not using. Can we agree to that? We had that discussion?
I can.
Okay. So, on the premise of trust but verify, I asked my daughters, one in high school, one in middle school, and they confirmed they are still using physical passes. In the middle school, it's a dirty, ripped, laminated paper pass. While in high school, it's a plastic clipboard-like pass. One for the office, which is black. One for the nurse, which is white. One for locker and other, which is purple. JCN bathroom, red. H, bathroom, orange. Grass, bathroom, green. D, bathroom, yellow. A, bathroom, blue. I'm confused.
So to clarify, I made a comment regarding the fact that students weren't walking around with passes. It was my understanding through conversations that we had that we were using securely so that we don't have to carry that around. I was informed after the meeting, after I made those comments, that students actually are in fact carrying around paper passes. And I think part of it was because we were starting out using securely. We still wanted to have visibility of a physical pass. So that's obviously my mistake and my misunderstanding, because I believe that the goal was ultimately and still is to transition away from that. So seriously, they certainly use passes, which again was something that I wasn't aware of because I don't see students walking around and running to the bathrooms. But that's something that, again, I misunderstood, and glad that we clarified it.
And I'm fine with that, but I think we should digress, and we're paying for this system.
Right.
The passes are disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
agreed. Yeah.
The fact that the picture that I have, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think every student we should help them out and use securely. We're paying for it.
Yeah.
And get rid of these passes tonight.
Yeah, and I'll add to that again, that's where we ultimately want to end up, and that was, again, conversation that we had when we were talking about that transition to securely. And I vividly remember having conversations that we need to stop with the old blocks and, the pieces of paper and things like that, and usually the small pieces of paper that we were walking around with. So that's something that I'll work with my team on. I mean, I don't know the turnaround, obviously, with 1 week of school, it's probably not going to happen immediately. But I will say that we'll put some procedures in place that the ultimate goal is that they're not carrying around a pass. And again, for us, it's more about that oversight and visibility of where students are going, being able to track that as needed, but it's also predicated on trust. When a student's saying, hey, I need to use the restroom, then the expectation is that they're using the restroom. Now, as we know, with different colored passes, that was put into play because what we found, and this was about 2 years ago, is that students said, I'm going to use the bathroom, but it turns out that they use the bathroom on the other side of the campus. And so we were trying to streamline that process. But again, that's something I'll work with our team on and make sure that, especially with our police and our security, that they know where students are going. And that, again, the ultimate goal is that when students are in class and they're not there during transition or lunches, that they're in the class and they're learning, and really that, foot traction should really diminish overall in each of the buildings. So something, again, we'll continue to work through.
Thank you.
I'm just a little confused there. Are they using these passes in addition? Are we using electronic as well? And these are just, or like, I mean, we were told that this is the way to know this kid's going to the bathroom too much. So is the technology just not being used? And these passes are coming forward? Is that what we're happening? Or they could jump in together?
My understanding, and again, I'll vet this out with my team, is that the teachers are using the securely application to identify which students are going out. Coincidentally,
So it's on technology, and then they're getting.
Yeah, so they're using the technology for this, but then it seems that they're given a pass to go to a specific location in proximity of wherever that classroom is. And again, what I'm saying is we should be focusing on the student that's down in D hallway is using the restroom that's in close proximity, not going to JCM.
Correct, I understand that. I just want to make sure that we're using, that we pay this much for all this technology, and we have the idea to know that these kids are going to the bathroom too often, they're supposedly going here too often, that's.
Yeah, I will say this, and speaking with Mr. Van Voorhees, I think one of the things that we don't currently have, and we actually just had a conversation about this, was actually our security do not have electronic devices that they're carrying around. So it would behoove us to actually have an iPad or something that they can actually look to see what students out of class. So that's something that we had a discussion. Again, things that we had discussed back in, I want to say, September and October of, we did some of the work in the middle school and in the high school in particular. We were trying to get the ball rolling. That was the ultimate goal, was to have some oversight. But as what we found recently was that they don't have a way to access who is out. And the only access that they had continued was a pass that security would know that if you are using a red pass in the purple hallway, then you're in the wrong location. So again, that's something that we're looking to transition to. So that way, somebody who's coming in, okay, where are you going? Let's check it real quick. So that's the real-time application. And we know that technology can obviously help us to know what that foot traffic flow is going to look like. I will say over the years, and Chief Miller, you can probably attest to this, that it has decreased tremendously over the past few years. But again, there's still some room to grow, and that's a way that we can better use technology for tracking this information. So, thanks.
Anyone else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Pleasant Valley citizens, is there anyone that would like to address the board this evening on agenda items only? Please come to the podium, state your name and the township you reside in, and the agenda item you're discussing, please.
Good evening, Denise Oakley, Chestnut Hill Township, and 7E enrollment, Bear Academy. So I have several questions and concerns related to Bear Academy enrollment and its current function. Enrollment trends. I noticed 288 students are currently enrolled in Bear Academy. What was the total enrollment at the beginning of the school and what is it now? The use of the academy for virtual credits. Is Bear Academy being used primarily for virtual graduation credit recovery or credit accrual? Is this approach being utilized by Seneca Valley as well, and if so, how? High school enrollment breakdown. Of the 288 students, 221 are grades 9 through 11. There are currently 251 seniors in the brick and mortar high school and 88 seniors enrolled in Bear Academy, roughly 1/3 of the senior class. Additionally, 8 seniors are dual enrolled, taking a full in-person schedule while also enrolled additionally in virtual courses through Bear Academy. Policy and purpose concerns. What is allowed for students to be fully scheduled in person and also take additional virtual courses? Is this done to graduate early or meet other specific grade goals? Why does the high school level have access to this option and what criteria is it approved for? Proactive, reactive intervention. If these students need Bear Academy to stay on track, why weren't these academic concerns identified earlier in their educational journey? This feels like reactive solutions rather than proactive intervention. Comparative and strategic questions. We now have more seniors enrolled in Bear Academy than external cyber charter schools. Is there a strategy or directive to expand enrollment into Bear Academy? If Mr. Van Voorhis' role is to transition students back brick and mortar, how does this align with current trends? Then I move on to 9C, hiring, salary, budget clarification. Regarding the new positions listed with salaries $100,000 and $92,000, which you noted are subject to collective bargaining agreement. When the budget was developed, were these salaries figures already factored in based on the terms of the collective bargaining agreement discussed during the working session? What percentage increase or salary range was used in your calculations for these specific positions? Were these figures aligned with current contract provisions? Or were they projected based or anticipated negotiation?
Anyone else? Okay, treasurer's report, please.
Yes, good evening. I'd like to move motion 4B through F, A being informational only.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Galler, seconded by Mr. Berger. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I have a couple questions. She did for it. First of all, the Bear logo T-shirts, as we could do, they were for staff appreciation. That was all the staff and stuff like that.
At a very good price, I think. At a very good price. I thought it was an excellent price. No,
Yes.
but it wasn't, I mean, when I saw yeah, I know, but I saw the invoice and it was phenomenal what we paid for them.
The debate, in person, instead of $1,522, that was for everyone's tickets that were involved. It said $1,522 for Blake. Yes, that needs to be all in one contract, not just. Yeah.
3 students, I believe, that are competing.
Correct. The first student, the Van Hershey, 22,601. What was that? first.
That's only a piece, the first year, that 22,000. It was, I believe it was 2,300, and that was, of that bill, 2,300 was for the band to travel to Hershey to compete. The rest of that bill was
Other.
athletics,
Other events,
travel.
Okay, just, yeah, because it didn't make sense for one. Not that much.
No.
And for the software updates. The, Hugh, the card court,
That's software for professional development for the teachers and for the into reading and into literature.
I just was wondering with that one. And then I see all the right to, or RTLs that you're,
Great to learn.
They're all of those Lakeshore equipment, school specialty, team fits, and Vista Higher Learning, all of these were discussed at our last working session. They're all middle school student furniture for STEM, regular classrooms, and the last.
the RTL is what?
That's ready to learn.
Ready to learn. Is that the way?
That's great.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Anyone else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Fitzgerald.
Just briefly, and I had mentioned it at our last meeting, we continue to engage and bargain with the PVEA for a successor collective bargaining agreement with the teachers. We met this week. We met the week before. We will be meeting in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And certainly we'll keep you apprised as developments occur.
Thank you. Is there any other unfinished business? Okay, moving on to new business. Monroe Career Technical Institute, Mrs. Surface.
No report this evening. Our next meeting will be held in August. There's no meeting in July. Just a reminder that the MCTI Senior Awards will be next Wednesday here in the PD Stadium, starting at 6 o'clock.
I know it's hopeful thinking, but we do have a meeting in June.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Colonial IU, Mr. Galler.
No report. We have our monthly meeting next week. Report will follow after that.
Okay, thank you. PSBA Liaison, Mrs. Zip.
Nothing new for this week.
Okay, thank you. Under Education Report, I'm sorry I wasn't at the last work session. I did listen to the tape, so I'm going to try my best to get everything if I can. At the last work session, as I said, I know Dr. Howard gave an update that all buildings are working on the ELA for to be implemented for this next school year. Also, the science review, we now have 16 teachers on the committee and administrators will follow. And then also credit recovery courses, the cost has been reduced to $200. So that's what I have. Moving on to finance, Mrs. Surface.
Yes, they will be called on later on in the agenda under item 15 and 16.
Thank you. Athletic report, Mr. O'Keefe, you have some good news.
Lots of good news, actually. Good
Yeah,
evening.
sure.
Yes. Buckle up. This is a pretty long one, so but it's all good stuff. So PB Spring Sports highlights and honors. Baseball All-Stars. Congratulations to our PB Baseball EPC All-Stars. EPC Monroe County First Team, Braden Green, outfield. EPC North Second Team, London Smith, pitcher. Cameron King, utility player. And Cole Henry, outfield. Softball All-Stars. Kudos to our PB Softball EPC All-Stars. EPC Monroe County First Team, Jovi Vanzuela, second base. Lydia Borger, outfield. And Kaylin Getz, pitcher. EPC All-Conference and Monroe First Team, Brianna Pridman, third base. And best of luck to our softball team as they take on Pottsville in the District 11 semifinals tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Am I correct, Mr. Krasinski? All right, I didn't write that down, but I was just giving
Is that-
Patriots Park. At
Patriots
Patriots Park in Allentown. The last update, we were actually on day 2 of track and field EPC highlights, so I'm going to give you the highlights of that. Huge congratulations to our boys 4x100 relay team. They placed third place, finishing the state qualifiers. Jarrell Moore, second place in the 200 meter, also a state qualifier. And I believe today they went out to Shippensburg where they'll compete in states for those 2 events, excuse me. No, yes, 2 events. On to Girls Lacrosse Championships. Bravo to the PB Lacrosse team on winning their 4th straight EPC championship, dominating one of our rivals, Emmaus, 19-1 on May 13th. They've now set a record for the most consecutive EPC wins. I think that deserves one more time. They've now set a record for the most consecutive EPC wins. And congratulations to them.
Yes, yes.
With that being said, last night they advanced to the District 11 finals, defeating another rival, 19-5, in a challenging weather because it was cold and wet. A couple of us were there, and it was wind right in our face, rain. It was fun, but it was fun because they won. We were at Lehigh University, so it was a great experience from the seat under the lights. And again, playing a tough game. With them winning, they are now scheduled to call it a play-in for the state round tournaments. Their first round matchup is versus Delaware Valley right here at home tomorrow at 4 p.m. Is that correct? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to skip one time in case anyone's following this to make sure that they are doing that. And then sticking with lacrosse, special shout out to Riley Rath for scoring her 300th goal during the District 11 semifinals win against Emmaus, as I mentioned before. And lastly, as Mr. Bullen discussed, there was the AAA Awards night on May 20th. Congratulations to all of our Pleasant Valley High School honor scholars, athletes who received awards and scholarships during the AAA ceremony. We wish you all the best in your next chapter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keefe. Policy report, Mrs. Zip.
There's 3 policies on for second reading tonight, later in the agenda.
Thank you. Capital improvement, Mr. Berger.
We held a meeting today. We were discussing the update to the 5-year plan. Covered and reviewed what was going on the demolition and site preparation, which is going quite well. And we continue to discuss and update any questions or slight modifications to our renovation details. We will be holding our next meeting in June with additional meetings in July and August. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clark, technology.
Nothing to report.
Okay, Mr. Walters, security.
Yeah, under 9B, you'll see approval for school safety and security coordinator, updated new chief. Other than that, no new information.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kaczynski, Citizens Advisory Committee.
Yes, we're meeting next on Wednesday, June 4th, 6:30, 7:30 in this boardroom. Topic is relating real-life skills / experience in the classroom. And Dr. Howard and I were discussing that maybe we're going to bring the building administrators in to discuss with them at that time what's going on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Superintendent's reports, Dr. Conrad.
All right, so tonight I'm seeking approval for board agenda items 7B through 7D. Item 7E is informational.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Kaczynski, seconded by Mr. Walters. Is there any discussion?
Just a clarification. It says these policies are updated or replace the policies 301, 301.1, 304, and 301.3, which combine all 3. So these 3 are new, and they were combined before. Now you're separating them. This is staying.
These policies are updates from, and we're going through some of our policies right now for some of the changes through the federal administration and just trying to align our policies through vetted policies through PSB.
But I do not combine.
There's a sordid history with these policies, not by the making of anybody here. So just the history is a lot of these anti-discrimination policies were broken out by category, employee category, then they were merged. But then what happened is, elections occurred and one president goes in office, then another one goes in office, and they keep changing like the regulatory design of these policies. So it's been whiplash. And so they've been coming up, they've been revised, and then coming up again. This is just updates it now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
Items 8 and 9, human resources. Mrs. Lori Fulmer.
Yes, good evening. Tonight I'm seeking approval of items 8B through 8F. Items 8G through 8I are informational.
So moved. Second.
I I have a motion by Mr. Gissisi, seconded by Mr. Clark. I think that's what I heard. Is there any discussion? Hearing of none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
I'm also requesting approval of items 9B through 9M. Items 9N and 9O are informational.
So, second, Zip.
I have a motion by Mr. O'Keefe and seconded by Mrs. Zip. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I'm abstaining from 9H relative. And also, I'm just seeing all these teachers, which is that putting a big dent in the amount of positions we have open? I mean, we making a dent in it?
We are, unless something would come in, between now and the end of school, which could happen.
Right.
But we're on a very good track right now with them all. Very pleased with our applicants and all our candidates.
Thank you.
And I also need to abstain from item 9B1. Oh, no. Somewhere I need to abstain for something. Sorry. That's you. Oh my gosh. Did I miss it? I thought I had, yes, 9K22. Sorry, relative. I knew it was there. Lengthy report. All right, any other questions or? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. And Mr. Bronson, congratulations and welcome to the team.
Yes. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right.
Moving on tonight, items 10 and 11, curriculum, Dr. Raylan Howard.
I am seeking approval tonight of items 11B and 11C.
So moved.
Oh, motion by Mr. Berger, second by Mr. Kaczynski. Is there any discussion?
It's just a quick question. The digital textbooks from the college, is this the college course or is it just we're getting from the college?
We're using the Carnegie Mellon program for computer science, and it's a program where we can.
So it's a regular high school program.
Exactly right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
Item 12 and 13, operations, Mr. Randy Smith.
Good evening. I'm seeking approval of item 12A.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mrs. What, you want to do it together?
No. I don't think she realizes what we did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I do. I
Okay.
did. I watched it. I did see it.
Okay.
I have a motion by Mrs. Zip, seconded by Mr. Walters. I saw it. Any questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
Also seeking approval for item 13A.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Kaczynski, who's seconded by Mr. Walters. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
Under building reports, I think our administration does a great job with updating the community on things that are happening in their buildings. We've also, just a side note, have decided to share that out to the community as well because I think it's important to see all the great things that are happening, and they're not here tonight, so we'll continue to move on. Item 15, business management, Mrs. Danny Smith.
Tonight I'm requesting approval of items 15B and 15B. Items 15Q and 15T are information.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Galler and seconded by Mr. Walters. Is there any discussion?
Yes. The primary number 11, 15B number 11, well, actually 15C, food service, non-food cost 186,975.
186 is the entire bill for the month, so that includes all of the food, all of the supplies and that.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say
there-
non-food, that's why.
There are some non-food,
Okay.
it would be the administrative fees
Yep.
and the management fees that are coming from contract.
Thank you. The 15B, the 11, the Primal Edge software online.
Merrill Lynch, that's the program that we use for food service, that takes care of all the money that comes in from the parents, all of the, keeps track of all the meals that are served, and we use that to bill.
And the Cooter, that's a high school tracking portfolio, correct? When did that come into, like, was it Zello before that, or is it?
Was that?
Second year, maybe?
Yeah, this is year 2.
I think that, I will be honest, I think we're gonna look at, we're gonna use it for the upcoming year, but we're gonna develop something that's more complete moving forward.
And then 14 to 18, Power School total around 180,000. That's the tracking, what is that? That's the absentees and stuff.
I'll let Mr. Van.
Sure. So Power School's our student information system. It's basically what has all of our student information. It does the scheduling. It's pretty much what runs our district, if you will, electronically in the background. There's more than one contract because we purchase multiple parts of that system to help with enrollment, for instance, document deliveries, we can store documents and share them forward. So all of these are just different parts of that software that put together our SIS.
Okay, and then when we talk about the PSCB development for more Power School, and then the CDW software, the EDU Tech 101 Plus, the LinWise, integrated 24 to 28, integrated one over.
Sure. All those, so they're all different parts of our internal systems.
Technology.
Technology, yeah. And these are the things that are kind of like working in the background. So for instance, LineWise is our web security appliance. It's actually for web filtering that has to do with our cybersecurity.
Which is one of the questions that the citizens can get that you were.
Yes, exactly. So this is going to give us better control of our web filtering. It actually has a hardware device as well. So it's going to give our better protection with network security. Very good email archival. Like each one of these things, some of them are server rental fees, some of them are software to run our servers, but they're all essential for our district to function.
Okay. And I just want to bring that out to the public because as you look at the amount that we're putting out in technology, there alone is 574,470. Then we have the NWEA, which is also the technology we're using for the grades. So it's like, we have like, what, like this maybe we'll talk about it in a budget, like over $1 billion, it seems like, for technology that we're spending these days.
And WAs and grants.
But I mean, I'm just saying that technology is it's a big factor. I mean, before it used to be, we talked about,
The way of our world.
Right.
One thing to add to technology too is, again, even from Keystone and looking at PSSA assessment, and we did that at the intermediate school, but, even testing our students, the state is pushing towards online testing. So, part of what we need to do is make sure we have the back-end technology software to make sure we have the bandwidth to have 4,000 students at one given time to be able to do the assessments. And actually, they're not all testing at the exact same moment, but during the course of a couple of weeks within school, that's a lot of stress on our bandwidth. So again, trying to make sure that we have a lot of these technology upgrades. And again, as Mr. Van Voorhis is talking about, for our student information system, a lot of what we've done over the past couple of years is actually integrate systems. And I will say that about 4 years ago when I came here, there was a lot of silos of information. So if a teacher or an administrator want to get information on attendance, they have to go to this system and log in. But then, grades and communication, and it was just all over the place. So we've really taken some time to streamline the process, and we'll continue to work with our teachers as well, because part of the use of the technology is to make sure that we have the training and opportunities for learning for how do we use this information. And again, you take things like Power School Performance Matters. That's something that we're utilizing. It's actually happening in a number of our classes, but it's something that we're looking to grow. Obviously, special programs, for our special education component, because prior to moving to Power School, we actually used two different programs. One was Power School, and one was what was it? It was wasn't Power School.
Oh, I can think of a school.
Infinite Campus, right? Infinite Campus. So we had a couple of different systems that really just didn't connect with one another. So that's obviously a lot of these are renewals. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I just feel like we have an older generation out there that doesn't understand.
Sure, yeah, spending a lot of technology.
Right. Like, oh my, like they think you're getting, no, this is how the district is.
We need the infrastructure.
Educated and stuff
I
like
totally
that. I just want everybody to be aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm also like 15F, the board room renovation, and people need to realize that that's a big cost, but why? I mean, look, we need.
Right.
I mean, this might go well, unless I'm right here talking. I don't know.
You're dead.
Yeah, we can hear that.
End of life.
But,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
so
right.
I just like when people know that. And then, 15O, the athletic training supplies, is that part of the St. Luke's, okay, so we pay for it, then it comes, we get it from St. Luke's staff in return.
Yes.
That's that. And then the last one, 15P, that public, people need to know that we have to advertise, correct? So like that's the transportation, stuff like that.
I have to have words with people before I.
Right, so people need to know that has to be done. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to comment on 15K. It is the lunch prices. Just to assure our parents that we are still eligible for the community eligibility provision for next year, which includes free lunch and breakfast. But these prices for the meals is a regulation. It's part of the USDA when we put together the RFP and the contract for our current food service. So these prices are also been the same for the last 3 years, should we have to implement them at any time.
Just one last thing, we're there, last thing, but 15D, item 13, under huddle, I'm all for it. My question is maybe, it doesn't have to be answered tonight, but is the ability for the community to log on at any time to watch either inside with the stadium or outside the stadium or inside in the gym? And can we view other districts, or are we just our?
So we can, so it's two-part. One, when the coaches set up their huddle cameras to tape their games, there's a box there they're gonna have to click now to say live stream, because now we can live stream. They'll click that. There is one web address that we'll post on our website, and people can go there and they can get the games. It comes up to like a homepage at Huddle, which is our page, and it'll show what games are streaming that night. If other schools use Huddle and do the free their site and get it. I know East Stroudsburg South and North got rid of the Pixelot as well, and they have moved to Huddle streaming as well.
So my ask is maybe, and again, this is for maybe for next fall or right before we kick off the football seasons and other sports. Maybe we do a demonstration of how the public can log on and walk themselves through it to get onto that.
Do like Screencastify or something, make
Yeah.
a video of it and put it out there.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries.
I also requested the approval of 16B to 16F.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Berger, seconded by Mr. Kaczynski. Is there any discussion?
The maintenance section of the bleachers, 16B, number 1. Are our high school bleachers coming out, and we're, I noticed that they're for inspection, the high school inspected and the school.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bleachers, it's the backboards, it's the drop-down screens, we inspect it all. That's part of the package.
But I mean, sorry,
And
so
it's
bleachers.
still, we just had a meeting today and we're discussing the plan for the gym at the high school, when we're gonna start working on that. So that's still up in the air yet. So until that time is, we have to have them inspected.
Right, okay, just want that. And then, C and D. Dr. Howard, that's only if you were saying that, I think you said it was affects the equipment and the furniture, as the sections are completed,
For the high school.
we are purchasing that stuff.
Correct.
Built, so it's ready to use.
And I know it was a little bit of a short notice, what's going on here, but, I was informed if I didn't order this month, the likelihood of it being here to the start of school, those classrooms will be ready, supposed to be ready. So,
They're gonna be ready. Think
yeah.
positive.
It's a lot of planning, the phasing of that coming in, yes.
Thank you. And the last one, the 3D printer.
Yep.
Use and where and when and why.
Those are both board.
Only reason I'm asking is because those of us that looked at that PSBA, they showed where the school district actually made violins out of it and they used it. I didn't know what
This
was
one's
that
for the
purpose.
middle school and intermediate, good step program.
The STEM program.
Yeah, it's really- Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Anyone else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Mr. Fitzgerald, anything under new business?
No new business this evening.
Okay, thank you. Pleasant Valley citizens, is there anyone that would like to address the board at this time? Again, excuse me, please come to the podium, state your name and township you reside in.
Denise Oakley, Chestnut Hill Township. Just congratulating to our co-curricular teams, sports teams, and players, coaches, advisors, volunteers, families, and those who support them throughout their endeavors. And I'm just asking, how do we celebrate these winning co-curricular sport teams? Can we greet them? Can the community greet them? Can the parents greet them? Is there anything set up? Maybe there should be on these terrific accomplishments. Maybe the board members would want to come and administrators would like to be there too. I'm aware of lacrosse, it's the only one so far, these extraordinary victories. And I want to congratulate lacrosse for their Title 11 championship, and now they're moving on to state competitors. But perhaps we should consider this for the co-curricular teams and the sports teams.
Janet Dooner from Polk Township. Thank you, Mr. O'Keefe, for talking about the Shirley Pass, because I did hear that the students are using walkarounds. And I don't know what that means, just hopefully not more money for the taxpayers if there's an additional item to be used for the students when they're walking in the schools. This is just again about policy 103. Just to be clear, yes, we have to follow the Title IX because of the January 2025 rulings. But with this policy 103, what we are actually accommodating or following now is the Pennsylvania Human Relations Committee. And I would ask that you look at that again, because you're approving a policy that includes definitions that I hope that you're comfortable with those definitions. And will there be procedures within the school district, the entire school district, to make the accommodations to follow the new Public Human Relations Committee's recommendations and rulings? And does this Pennsylvania go-around violate the current Title IX? Just things to think about. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that wants to come to the podium? Go ahead.
I just wanted to respond to that because it's a good question. And I don't know, I know the question was posed a while back. And there's a case pending right now, I believe in the Commonwealth Court, I could be mistaken, on the issue of regulations that were put out by the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission specific to this language. And we'll let the courts sort that out. The argument is that they may not have had the authority to do what they did. It's still the commission. We're still obligated as a public entity to follow the commission under the circumstances. Certainly, if it is determined that the commission acted over and above its legal authority, absolutely the district can revisit what its policy entails. Yep.
All right, Pleasant Valley School Directors. Yes.
Chief Miller, thanks again for everything you've done for PD and serving in capacity as chief. Chief and Mrs. Bronson, welcome to PD. And I have a question for Mark. So earlier you had given an update on PD negotiations with the teachers. Some of my constituents are wanting to know what in the hell takes so long to get a contract. So you
and me
gave a
both.
basic overview, but what, for somebody that doesn't know out there, and we entered this several months ago,
Yeah.
can you give a little bit overview of how this works? Because I got people asking.
Sure, absolutely. I have no problem doing that. So under the law, the parties are compelled and obligated to begin bargaining by January of the year in which the contract expires. And the contract expires on June 30th. To the extent that we haven't settled by June 30th, the contract essentially goes into what is known as status quo. There had been overtures by this board a year ago to engage in kind of an earlier process in the hopes that we would have had this resolved by now. Well, it hasn't been resolved as of yet. And listen, the parties do this every about 4 or 5 years. So this last was done, if you recall, right after Dr. Conrad arrived, right on the tail end of the pandemic, kind of a lot of craziness was going on. I think some folks do remember that. So this is the time where everybody kind of brings their issues to the table, and they want it to be addressed under the circumstances. We are working through that, and that's from the salary schedule, that's to healthcare, that's working conditions. So as you can imagine, when a contract has 70 pages, give or take, there's a lot to work through. I will use the term cautiously optimistic that the parties are moving that much closer, that hopefully within the next several weeks or so, we could have some good news. But it is still a very fluid and active process.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Sure. I want to also congratulate all the teams that are still participating, especially lacrosse right now, because I think it's PV's first team that had back-to-back District 11 championships. That's never happened before. I also enjoyed the AAA awards. Congratulations to all those art, academic, and athletic achievers. I was just wondering about live streaming. Is that something we could possibly look into for like grandparents, someone who lives out of state or out of city,
Yeah, we could definitely go into that. Thank you.
I'll say congratulations to the winners of the primaries on Tuesday. Good luck, not just the incumbents on the board here, but the members in the community that are moving on to the November election. Good luck in your campaigns.
Anyone else?
I'd like to say congratulations to the class of 2025. We look forward to the celebration on Friday evening.
Anyone else? All right, superintendent's remarks, please.
So just a couple of things this evening. The district administration employees of the month are Administrator Janelle Pemberton and Confidential Secretary Megan Snyder. Today, we had a really successful moving up ceremony for our 5th grade students who are soon to be middle school students. This morning at PVI, so it was fantastic. Had great celebration, highlighting the student successes, and this is a good class. So I think Mr. McCutcheon and his team are going to be really excited for the students coming to the middle school next year. On Tuesday evening, had the chance to attend the AAA awards. That was great. We had a really nice time to recognize our seniors. Not only in the academics, but also in the arts and then athletics. This time we did something a little bit different too, is that, we're fortunate enough from an athletic standpoint as well to have students move on to Division III, Division II, and even somebody moving on to Division I. So we took an opportunity to highlight those students, took a really nice picture, read, some information to the individuals there to express to our community. This is where these students are going. So we wish them best of luck in their college endeavors, and it's a great class of 2025. Also last Thursday, 2025. Also last Thursday, we celebrated the graduating seniors on signing day. So we did, again, something a little bit different and improvement from last year. Last year, we just focused in on the athletic side of things, but we recognized too that there are some students who might not be going to school for athletics, but we had about 80 students or so that, actually were signing that they're declaring they're going to a particular university. I don't have a current update, and again, I'm sure that'll be announced in terms of the scholarship money, but it was great to have the last couple of days scholarship awards being presented to our students. And again, we know the financial burden for students moving on to post-secondary. So, we're really happy about our students and actually our staff members really helping to assist students to earn these scholarships. So that's a wonderful thing. Obviously, we look forward to actually not only MCTI's graduation at PV on Wednesday evening, but obviously our own PV Bears as they have commencement next Friday evening. So definitely come out and join us. We'd love to have you there. And, just wishing everyone a great end of the school year. As you know, we celebrate staff appreciation for the month of May, and it's just incredible every single day, whether it's here, whether it's working with our administration team, with our support staff, whether it's our teachers. I mean, we have such dedicated and talented staff. It's really nice to have that opportunity in the working relationship that we've really, I think, improved over the past few years, and it's nice that we're going to continue to work together through a lot of these challenges. But we're seeing some really great momentum going, and I'm excited for the future here. So that's all I have, and again, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Conrad.
Well,
I know, I was waiting, I was waiting for
I took
it.
it out because you guys knew I was going to say that. So but go Bears!
Could I have a motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
All right.
Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, well, I crossed it off. At least you guys didn't do the quick way.